Movement is important in every game, whether you are simply trying to move from one place to another or outplay the enemy team. In this video, I will go over some basics of movement and talk about some advanced movement tips anybody can learn if they put in the effort. Starting with the most basic of basics, spatial awareness. Knowing where objects are in the game and being able to move around them without always looking at them is the most basic skill you will need. If you are always running into smaller corners or little jump ups, you will struggle with any other skill talked about in this video. If this is you, I recommend moving around the map while you are waiting for rounds to start, whether you are jumping, climbing boxes, or just traversing the environment. This can be done quickly and while you are in-game. Unless you want to go into custom games and do it, pre-rounds will be the best time to work on it. Now, onto the fun stuff, what I like to call jump surfing. Jump surfing is an essential skill for anyone playing Valorant, allowing you to slip around corners, jump up boxes faster, and simply have more control over your agent. Doing it is as simple as running forward, jumping, and then holding A or D while moving your mouse in the same direction. However, you must move your mouse. Otherwise, your character will just jump in a straight line. This skill is useful because you can quickly jump around corners, making it easier to get away from people or allow for faster rotations. It also builds into a lot of the other skills you will need down the road. When you get really comfortable, you can use it to jump up boxes faster or steps on certain maps. Eventually, you will want to learn to do it backwards as well, making it so you don't have to turn every time you want to get behind a corner. Use this to get away from gunfights when there's a corner right behind you. You can eventually link forwards and backwards jumps together, mostly for fun. The main practical use is that you can move your character however you want in the air, compared to being locked to a single direction on the ground. Jump peeking. Jump peeking needs all the basics of jump surfing. The only difference is that you will want to add your S key to your button clicks. Add S to slingshot yourself back to safety and move out of the way. Use this whenever you want to gain information about an area and believe nobody is close enough to shoot you. You can use this on any map, pretty much anywhere you desire. It is super versatile and can be utilized with utility to get it into open areas while keeping yourself mostly hidden. Silent rope dropping. Find a rope that you go up and down the most. This could be Lotus A, Icebox A ropes, or Splits vents. Learning this skill can give you an extra half second on the enemy. It can also confuse people at how fast you got down the rope in clutches or when you're rotating into sight. The first step is to become good at this is to get comfortable knowing when you are going to fall. You want to practice falling off and grabbing the rope as close to the bottom as possible without looking at your feet. Don't worry about any of the other steps until you grab the rope really close to the ground a couple of times in a row. Next, hold shift the entire time you're doing it. Walk off the same and grab as close to the bottom as possible. Just hold shift the entire time. Finally, right when you fall, click your S key to kill all of your momentum. Hold shift the entire time and grab the rope as close to the bottom as possible. And that is it. It isn't that complicated, but it will take some time to get comfortable doing this in games, especially in big time moments like clutches. Practice looking into different directions when doing it. Eventually, it will feel like the normal way to go down any rope. Silent jumping. In Valorant, any slight motion makes noise, and jumping is no exception. Thus, we must find ways around this. When you jump, you make noise. When you land, you make noise. To get around your jumping making noise, you can either hold shift or control and then let go in the air. To get rid of the landing noise, you must land at a higher elevation. Add these two together, generally shift when jumping and then landing at a higher elevation. This allows agents to fly upstairs and ramps silently whenever they want, making your flanks faster and rotations faster than ever before. These half-second changes can be game changers the higher rank you become, and you don't have to use this knowledge this way either. Use the control variation. where you crouch and then in the air you let go, and you won't make noise on your jump or landing. This isn't overall useful unless you are playing on a map where you stand behind a single box and want to silently look over it. For example, if you play Omen on Ascent and play on site A like you should at some point, you can use this silent jump with control to make no noise and spot when people are looking into the site. And we can combine jump surfing earlier up windows with this silent jump to make no noise and get upstairs super fast. Finally, some speed runs. That is really all I find super useful in Valorant, but if you are a player who just needs a little more, here are some quick things you can look into to get that extra yard on your players. Difficult jumps. There are certain jumps in Valorant that aren't super useful except in key moments, like jumping top generator on Ascent or hitting this hard rope jump on Icebox. Look for these and use them when they are needed. Also, silent jump peeking. Learn to silent jump peek if you want. I personally don't care. Not because it's super hard, but because I simply see little to no use in it. But that's just my opinion, and someone else may make it the meta one day. I only use it on Omen when I play Ascent to jump over boxes like I showed you, but this isn't even a full jump peek, just a silent jump. Lastly, button binds. If you are plateauing and believe you have nothing else to improve on gameplay wise, which is definitely not true, keybinds may be a solution. Especially if you are playing Raze, you need to be able to keep your fingers on WASD when you satchel for correct movement, but others may need to switch stuff up for a bit more efficiency. Movement is huge in any FPS game. It helps you stay alive longer, win more gunfights, or have fun trying to complete the obstacle course in the range. No matter what you are doing, having better movement will likely make it more enjoyable. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what other mechanics you would like to learn about next. And good luck with your jumps.